A very good evening to traders. It's Mark here from the day trading room. Time is 10 to 10 London time, Monday the 27th of June. Hope you all had a great weekend. Got a video to upload after this one, documenting the two trades for today. Just a couple of good trades, can't complain. But this video is all about, I thought on Friday, have a bit of fun. Let's do a live trade capture. I know I've done some before. I've got them on YouTube. I'll probably bring them to the front of the blog so you can see. Just a few bits and tape reading, some live capture. I know it's quite a popular topic. I don't do it normally. The reason I don't record normally is because it is quite processor intensive on the PC, and I just don't trust it. When when I've got size at risk, I don't trust it. But this was a bit of fun. Just did a 3 lot, just a couple of 1 lots here and there. Just a bit of tape reading, quite aggressive really. I wouldn't normally scale out so aggressively. You'll see some 5 tick trades, 10 ticks will be my normally first scale, but it's just sort of aggressive scalping really. I thought I'd do it. It's a live account. Just little play around, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to commentate now, after the fact. So I didn't commentate as I was doing it. This is commentary now, and I'll talk through what I saw, some of the things perhaps I see on the tape, why I did what I did, and yeah, it's just a little bit of fun for a Friday afternoon. So yeah, I'll do some more of these if this goes down well, if it gets some benefit from it. So yeah, we'll get straight at it. One thing I wanted to mention is that on TradeStation I've changed the colours on TradeStation. So the entry normally is in like a pink color, which will put a strip across the dome to show you where your entry is. I've changed that to black. I don't want to see where my entry is now. That may sound silly, but I don't want to judge the market in terms of where it is in relation to my entry. That doesn't matter. That is completely irrelevant. I want to judge the market on its own merit. So if the tape's weak, I want to perceive weakness. If the tape's strong, I want to perceive strength. I don't want to judge it in terms of where my entry was, good or bad. And that's what happens when you see a big pink line across your dome. You tend to, like it or not, you tend to judge where the price is relative to that. So I've changed it to black, so you can't actually see the entry. You can sometimes see it when I hover my mouse over. You'll see it's turned to black, but you can see the position going on. If you look at the top of the dome, I've got that bit activated, so you can see the -1, -2, or whatever it is, +1, whichever way the position, long or short. So you can see the entry that way, but you won't be able to see the pink strip across the dome. Okay, first trade of the capture. Taking a short here at 66, just a 3 lot. Seeing the market push lower. This is the first little pull back, and I'm seeing good tape selling there at 66. So I can afford to have 3 ticks of risk, and I'm gonna scale out quite aggressively into this because the ticks are concerning me slightly. They're still quite positive. There's a fill there at 61, 1, 2, done. 1 left, cancel that stop, make sure I don't get spiked out on that. And the final lot there, 56. A little bit concerned about the ticks, so that's taking it away. Fast forward now, because we chopped around quite a bit, waiting for some more action. I'm still looking for a short. Popped up a bit here. There's the short 59, probably overpaid a little bit for that. Now, what's the premise of this trade? The premise of this trade is the fact that the ticks are quite strong, okay, but the price isn't pushing up. So I call this unexpected response tape pattern. I look for where something you assume to happen doesn't happen, so you can infer the opposite. Won't go too much detail about it, no need to, but all I'm saying is that the price should really be up in the 70s based on those tick spike from where we were, and every time it pops up, it's struggling. It really struggling to get any further, so that's why I took that short down. Dragging the stop down now. looking to scale out into a good push lower. Now what I've got on my side here is the fact that I'm hoping to get, I've got a 3 lot there at 43, hoping to get filled on the little push, just runs out of puff. Was hoping just take out that low and just fill me there, so I just got to cancel this. I'm going to work it in three single lots. But what I've got going for me really is the fact that if the ticks do go negative, I should have got that shove lower. So that's what I'm playing for. Anyway, I put a bid in there at 49. I've got to fill on that. So yeah, that's just 10 off the table on one. And I've cancelled that because that's a 3 lot, and what I'm going to do is actually work it manually if it pops up. So it's popping up. If it hits the 61, I'm out of there, so I'm hovering over there, just going to bang bang and straight out. But it shouldn't go above that 59.60 really, because there's a taped seller there and he's sitting there, he's reloading. That's a 1 lot stop there at 61 now anyway. So, but look at the ticks, right? The ticks have pushed up to a new high. Price has pushed up, but it's been smacked back down immediately. I've looking to scale another one off here, so I take another one from 54 because I'm not completely happy with those ticks. In an ideal world, those ticks would be nice and negative, and I'd be looking to hold this and run this one for a really good drive lower, especially into yesterday's range if you look at yesterday's chart. But we're getting mixed signals here. I'm using that to my advantage a little bit, but at the same time I'm realizing that I'm going to have to just be aggressive with this. And by the way, this is really aggressive sort of stuff. I wouldn't normally just take 5 ticks off the table when I'm trading my normal position size, but for this it's just my targets are reduced and my stops are reduced. I'm literally hiding behind tape sellers or tape buyers. That's all I'm doing, and trading with direction of the overall tape sentiment. Now I've got a 1 lot left here. I've taken all the risk off the table. It's going to be a profitable trade, whatever. But you know, I think there's a weak. There is now the way that I've analysed this at the moment is there is definitely a lot of supply here, but there's also a little bit of demand. And what's happening is, as the supply lifts off, the demand's letting it pop. The supply's coming back in. We find this equilibrium level here at the 56, 57. You can see that sort of histogram of volume building. I'm assuming that when the demand just lifts and backs off, and we get a push down in the ticks, that we're going to get a flush, and I can get out of my 43 level that I'm looking for. Ultimately, not sure why I haven't got a limit in there already. Perhaps I think there's more in it. It's possible, you know, if it does break that low and we get a good low tick reading, get a little pullback, then I'd probably look to stay with it. And you know, this is pretty similar to how I would trade normally, you know, you've seen, but I like to take a little bit more on the first impulse, 10 really, take off a lot of the risk on the first impulse, then look to read the tape, read the market for the next few scales. So there's the cover there at 42. Just see it stalling. Also see here, pushes lower, I see it stall, real tape read this. So I stick a buy in there at 37, just 1 lot, because it's really counter trend, really aggressive. Risk is 2 ticks. All I'm risking is 2 ticks. There's me exit there, and just putting an order in at 44 just to grab that first impulse. So it's just really, I'm waiting for the fill there, by the way. I got the fill eventually. So just that little unwinding, you know. So the short was okay, nice little trade on that. And then as it pushed lower, we got our fill, and then I just see it stall. You know, you see this. Difficult to explain on the tape, but you can see the speed. You can see the speed of the tape, the size of the orders coming through, the movement of the dome, the way it pulsed down, paused, pulsed down, not as aggressive, paused, not much interest there, and then I take the buy. I can afford to take the buy because A, I'm reducing my risks on position size was a third, and the stop is very tight because it's literally, if this is right, I'm out. If it's wrong, and what I'd do under normal circumstances, I'd take the position, I'd scale out most of it on the first impulse, my risk is quantified, and then I'd look for a further counter trend trade. But I don't believe this is potentially a bottom. It's too early in the day, which is why I'm just scalping it out like that. But if I was trading this normally and perhaps we're in the middle of the day and I saw that tape action, I would do that buy with the normal size. I would scale off half on the first impulse. Hopefully that would be about 10 ticks. So my risk's quantified. I've taken the risk off the table if I get the first scale, and yeah, and we're away. So I think it's probably what was the total ticks on that? Someone counted it's just shy of $300, I think, probably gross. So minus your commissions. So something a bit different. Not a very long bit of footage, 5 6 minutes or so, but a couple of trades there. Seeing a little bit of action and how I read the tape on those trades, most on the short, two on the short, and then that little sneaky long off the bottom there. But as always, managing risk is so important, guys. If you're trading to manage your risk, you notice I always had a stop in. If I didn't have a stop in, I was ready just to come out, hovering over the level I wanted to come out at. So that's so key. That's the most important thing. Whatever you're doing, whether you're actively scalping like that, or whether you're even if you're whatever swing trading, managing risk is our job. It's our number one job. Always look before each trade. Where's the point that I want to get out where the premises is no longer valid? That's all we're doing as traders. We're just taking a trade based on a premise. If that premise is no longer valid, then we want to be out of the trade. We don't want to be in it just in case. So yeah, it's really important that, and I do go on about it quite a lot. So anyway, good trading, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I shall post my update blog for Monday's trades shortly, and probably back with another video later in the week.